Celia Morris is the owner of ethical fashion brand Dragstar, based in inner West Sydney's Newtown. But unlike lots of the ethical shops popping up along Newtown's busy King Street and around the globe, what sets Celia and her business apart is that she never set out to create a brand that ticked all of the boxes: ethical, sustainable, green. It happened rather organically, you could say.
When I started Dragstar, I was just doing it as a hobby, and I wasn't like now you find people who start brands and they're like, I want to start a brand, I want it to be ethical, I want to be sustainable. That wasn't even something that we were aware of then. We just made stuff, and there was no knowledge of what's sustainable, what's not.
Dragstar opened 25 years ago. Since then, awareness surrounding sustainable fashion has grown significantly, and we are still seeing great momentum in this area, with organisations like Fashion Revolution leading the charge. In a report by Fashion Revolution, the hashtag sustainable has grown fivefold in 3 years, with consumer attitudes becoming increasingly eco-conscious. This can be seen in consumer behaviours too, as the study suggests 3/4 of global consumers are willing to change their shopping habits to reduce their personal impacts on the environment. A study by List also saw a rising interest in vegan leather and organic cotton among fashion retailers, with several well-established global brands releasing sustainable collections and obtaining various ethical certifications. Except there's one big dichotomy that exists when it comes to obtaining these labels.
They're private businesses. Ethical Fashion Australia is a private business, and if you want to use their brand, you pay them.
Celia has built a reputation with her customers who do not rely on finding a Made in Australia label. It is a given that every item of clothing on the racks in the little boutique has been made locally.
I've always wanted to make it in Australia. I've never wanted to go offshore. There was this chance when I had 3 Dragstar shops, and I could have I've looked offshore and got better prices. But I just really like supporting all my makers, and to me Dragstar is very much a local brand made in Sydney. And it wasn't until about 7 years ago I had a girl who came and worked for me who was really into ethical fashion. She kind of went, Dragstar's really ethical, you do this, you do that. I'm like, yeah, I know. And she's like, yeah, but you're really ethical. I'm like, yeah, I guess I am.
But maintaining such sustainable homegrown processes isn't as effortless and accidental as Celia makes it appear.
We are slow fashion, and we are so slow, so slow. It takes so long for us to get anything into the shop. Yeah, there are so many processes.
Since the start of the pandemic, many big brands have started manufacturing onshore too, and Dragstar has been pushed to the back of the queue. This means it's even slower fashion for the small business. But this doesn't faze the designer.
It's not just a bit of fancy frivolity, There's more to it. You've got to think about it, where it came from, where it's going.
Celia's latest venture is a 100% organic cotton range, which will be hand-dyed in Melbourne and screen-printed in Leichhardt, just suburbs away from the shop. This will take several months to coordinate, but this number is mere when you compare it to the years, decades even, that Celia's timeless, unique, well-made clothing will remain in her loyal customers' wardrobes for.